estuary. Small parts of it extends into Massachusetts.
Healthy resources. Healthy resources for Narragansett Bay are very important because the health of the living resources of Narragansett Bay and our coastal waters are an important indicator of the overall health of the bay. Estuaries are where salt and fresh water meet and mix. They are breeding areas for species that range up and down the coast. The work on the habitat restoration, water quality, and nutrient pollution is helping to create a better bay for fish, shellfish, and marine mammals, as evidenced by our large wintering seal population and healthy population of Manhattan, striped bass, and bluefish. Another explanation why we need to keep the bay healthy and have healthy resources is because species in the bay are changing. Global climate change is having an impact on the bay and its inhabitants. Over the past 50 years, the average temperature of the bay has risen 3 degrees Fahrenheit. This is causing a change in the bay that affects the entire food chain. Starting with plankton areas is causing changes in plankton biomass. The balance of species to change from those living on or near the bottom, such as winter flounder, to those that live higher in the water column, such as striped bass and skunk.
Obviously have, next to every garbage can in the shipyard, we have recycling. We have water tanks that collect water after we power wash boats. So if a boat comes out and we power wash it, we have tanks that collect that water.
Narragansett Bay impacts people living in Rhode Island and surrounding areas in many ways. Each year, Narragansett Bay attracts over 12 million tourists. Saltwater recreational fishing generates a total economic impact of $160 million to the Rhode Island economy. These are ways that Rhode Island makes money and makes our state sustainable. Tourism plays a big part in Narragansett Bay's impact on Rhode Island. There are more than 20 million beach visits in our state each year. The total social value of these beach visits is over $55 million per year. Narragansett Bay also provides a quality of life that attracts businesses, industries, and millions of visitors each year. The Bay also provides many jobs and brings in a lot of money for Rhode Island. More than $24 million in wages and 1,000 jobs are tied directly to saltwater fishing in Rhode Island. As the ocean state, one of Rhode Island's greatest economic, environmental, and cultural assets is its connection to the water. Whether through boating, sailing, diving, or shore-based activities such as surfing or going to the beach, Rhode Island's residents and tourists enjoy the natural beauty of the state. These recreational uses not only provide enjoyment but also generate economic benefits for Rhode Island. Ways we can sustain the tourism industry in Narragansett Bay is by building more hotels on the ocean, making more space for people to leave their boats, and have more ferries for people to travel by boat.
Wildlife is important to the world ecosystem. Without wildlife, we wouldn't have marine life. We also wouldn't have some of our foods like fish, shrimp, crab, lobster, oyster, clams, and mussels that people enjoy eating. We also wouldn't be able to have pets like turtles and fish. This means there will be no water or life cycle because that will also stop forms of life like crustaceans, fish, and sharks. I also noticed without the wildlife of the Narragansett Bay, Rhode Island wouldn't be sustainable. Marine mammals and many species of migratory birds wouldn't be able to come back to live at the Narragansett Bay. Rhode Island also would lose half of our money from fishermen, tourists, transportation, and restaurants. For example, Rhode Island wouldn't have fish, crabs, or lobsters in our restaurants. For my call to action, I would try and set up a petition to stop littering because all that litter gets into the bay and kills most forms of life. For example, the rings that hold cans together can get around turtle shells and severely injure them.